Welcome to My the Asshole Podcast. Let's get into it. This is episode 53. Without further ado, let's get into the sauce. We have a juicy threaded threaded. There is a juicy thread that we're going to get into. It's called Wives of Reddit. What is a sexual fantasy you'll never tell your husband? This is about to be juicy. All right. Give me your fucking wallet, yelled my friend to his girl while fucking in an attempt to talk dirty. He's not comfortable with dirty talk, and this legendary sentence slipped out. Okay. He's just like, give me your wallet. Like, what the fuck? All right. Teach his own. Oh my god. Let's see. I want to hear him moaning and say stuff while he's fucking me, and I want him to be spontaneous. Okay. That makes sense. All right. I mean, that has been a thing. Ladies nowadays have been like, I want my dude to like say shit, but it's weird because it's like, what do we say, you know? Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, that's my biggest thing. What should we say? Ladies, comment, let me know. What should guys say during sex? What do you want them to say? Let this comment section be your safe haven, and let me know what it is that you want us to say, because I would be down to say some shit, but a lot of times I'm like, well, what do I say? You know what I mean? It's like, what do I say? And then when I do ask, they're just like, I don't know. So ladies, let me know in the comment section, what should your guy say to you during sex? You know what I mean? Do you want some just heinous shit? Do you want some just crazy, out of pocket shit? Or do you want some shit from like maybe a book or something, or, something from a movie maybe? You let me know. Let's see. I came into this thread not quite knowing what to expect, but worrying that it was the sort of thing that was going to make men in general feel insecure. Almost every answer I've read is about wives wanting their husbands, maybe wanting them more intimately, more vulnerably, maybe engaging in some kind of darker role play with them, but almost all about wanting their husbands. Oh, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Like, girls have honestly the weirdest of weird fantasies, if I'm being honest with you. I mean, obviously they're weird to us, but to them they're not weird. They're more of a like, they want these characteristics, you know what I mean, to come out. And I get it. It's a fantasy. They want something that's like not their husband, but it's their husband, like, ooh, I want you to be a robber. Come in and fucking pin me up and beat me up a little bit, or, act like you're graping me. I need it. You know what I mean? I think there's nothing wrong with it, being honest with you. I played a game of poker with my girlfriend for this. The winner got their sex wish. I lost. My girlfriend had me dance naked and then tied me down and did stuff. Okay. She wanted to tie you up. Goddamn. All right. Jesus. I liked for my husband to initiate in public places, a bit under the table action before leading me to a bathroom or secluded place, and he takes me from behind without a word exchanged, and then we carry on as if nothing happens. The less control I have, the better. Yo, she is like, I want us to just be sitting down somewhere, and then you just playing with my cooch under the table, and people are walking by, and I'm just like, and then he just is like, come on, we're gonna go somewhere. And she's just like, where are we going? And he says nothing, and then he just throws her up against the wall, lifts her shit up and just like, ah. That's kind of hot. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. God damn. Whoo. Don't get caught, of course, but it's hot. You know what I mean? Like, don't get caught, but it's hot. It's like, oh, god damn. Queener is hard. Jesus. All right, let's see. Getting fucked while also giving him head, but duplicate himself. I don't want a threesome with someone else. She's like, I want you to clone yourself and then Chinese finger trap me because I ain't having no other dude do it. Oh man, I think that's so funny. Oh my god. I mean, if we could, I'm sure we would. You know what I mean? At least she's thinking outside the box. Actually, I'd love if my partner would go down on me more often. Be more rough, slap my ass, talk dirty to me. Oh, goddamn, face fuck me, etc. Just be more kinky. Man. Okay. And it seems like that's kind of become a thing. There was a scenario that I did a while ago where, you know, there was this Asian girl. She was from like a I guess you could say a very religious family. You know, she didn't really lose her virginity until she was like 19. You know, she was very like enclosed and in the house and stuff like that. And so, you know, once she kind of got out there and she finally got a boyfriend, he wasn't really doing the things that she's like, and so then it was her birthday and she was like, ooh, you know, I want you to do some freaky shit to my stuff. I want you to just like ram that shit in my mouth and all kinds of stuff. And he wasn't down for it, but then she found some white dude and it was like all she could fucking think about. So I'm just like, I've been seeing that and noticing that a lot more lately, is that girls are just like, I want that freaking nasty. And you know, I'm for it. Okay, let's see. We had 10 of 10 fireworks, mind-blowing sex, when I was lactating. My nipples were so sensitive. He loved the taste of the milk. Like, I could orgasm just from him sucking on my nipples. I think he would be into it if I tried to induce lactation. I'm done having kids, but I don't want him to think I'm weird, which sounds crazy to type because we've been together for 17 years. There isn't much we haven't done. I'm 98% sure he'd be into it, but he said it was like crack, but I feel like me bringing it up 7 years after stop lactation would be weird. Like, which is the least awkward of these? One, randomly mentioning it to induce lactation as a kink and feel totally weird if he's not into the idea, or two, start the process and hide it from him, already weird, and just like surprise him with milk mid-sex. He would probably panic and think I'm pregnant, and then I have to awkwardly explain. I mean, if I was a dude and you were just kind of if I was her guy and she was explaining it to me like, hey, you know, when I was lactating, that shit was on fire. Like, the sex game was crazy. I would be down. I'd be like, fuck it. Go ahead, babe. Do it. Go ahead and do it. You know, because why not? Why not? I mean, it's only going to make the sex better for you and her. So I don't see why he wouldn't want to do it. Maybe there's a reason he would want to do it, but I mean, for me, I kind of look at it like, hey, do your thing. You know what I mean? Like, if that's what you want to do, then that's what you want to do. I could care less, if I'm being honest with you. You know, as long as it's better for my partner, I think that's a win-win. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think that's a win-win. Like, shit. But that is kind of weird. I've never, you know, known that. I didn't know that, you know, you could do that. Let's see. I want him to worship my body with just his hands and mouth. I also want him to take control and not ask permission. Just throw me down or up against a wall and have your way with me. I make the decisions all day long. Take charge in bed.
Yeah, man. Yeah, a lot of guys sit there and they're just like, oh, I don't want to hurt my girl. Nah, man. If I'm being honest with you, she she wants a thing of like she wants to have something where it's induced violence. You know what I mean? It's controlled violence, of course, but she just wants that like threat of violence, where it could possibly happen, where she can literally live a certain fantasy, but she's not in any real danger. It just feels that way. We always talk about that women, they tend to go with what feels the best, and they just want to feel like they're in danger. They don't want to be in actual danger. They just want to feel like they're in danger. I see nothing wrong with that. I think got to be a little more aggressive with it, because that seems like the common goal is like a lot of girls are just like, yo, manhandle my shit, like beat me up a little bit. Man. All right, let's see. I told my husband all the fantasies, and playing it out was never as good as I thought in my head. So now all I enjoy is gentle stuff. I just want to be coddled and cuddled and loved on. Pain is no longer my kink. But I needed to work out my physical trauma as a child. So in the end, it's a good thing that my sexual fantasies have changed. Oh. Well, she was just like, yeah, I want all that freaky crazy stuff. And then she thought to herself, well, that might induce my fucking trauma. Let me not. Yeah. That kind of sucks too, because sometimes, you want to like do certain things and then it's just like, nope. that's gonna be trauma inducing. I don't think I should, so yeah, I can see that. Let's see. I want him to sneak up behind me, restrain me, and then make me come repeatedly for an hour straight. God damn. I mean, in a way, like if I knew my girl was down for something like that, that is sexy as fuck, not gonna lie to you. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of sexy as fuck. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, especially if you guys don't live together, and you come over, you come to the house, you go to the room, and all you do is just slam the door and you lock that shit. And she's like, "What are you doing?" And then you just grab her and you just manhandle her and you're just undressing her. And she's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And you're not saying a word. You're not saying a word, and you're just giving it all. Jesus. That's hot. I ain't gonna lie to you. That might be even something I try. Oh, man. Let's see. I know that my wife would like me to sexually make the bed or sexually mop the floors. Huh. So pretty much she wants you to like do like man, but I mean that's making the bed and mopping the floors. That's not really like manly chores, Like some women, they want to see you like changing a light bulb, but you have your shirt off or whatever, or you're like I don't know. Oh, I have no idea. You know what I mean? You're working on the car or something and you have your shirt. I don't know. Do girls even have those fantasies anymore where, it's like the sexy carpenter and, the sexy electrician and shit like that? I know that used to be a thing like within TV shows where it'd be like a hot dude and he's got his little, belt, utility belt on and, he's just like, oh, what can I fix? And he's up on the ladder and he's just like, and the girls are like, oh Jesus. I wonder if that's still a thing. Ladies, again, let me know if is that still a thing. Is that still like a I don't know, sexual trope that girls go for, or is that died out? Is that done? I don't know. Because I don't know how you could be sexy mopping the floors if I'm being honest with you. Oh. Okay, let's see. Oh, damn. All right. Whew. She said, I want to sit on his face, ride him hard, drown him in my cum and asphyxiate him with my vagina. Jesus.
but not really, because I don't want to actually kill him. I will never ever tell him, but I do think about it during my time alone. Yeah, girl, no, I'll tell him. Tell him, because he is like, I will firm the asphyxiation, because that sounds hot, if I'm being honest with you. Like, firm that shit. Be like, hey, I got something I want to try. I think he'd be down. He would give it a shot at least. Even if he doesn't like it for the first time, he'd probably be like, that was all right. That was cool. But I think he would definitely enjoy it later on. You know, he would just be like, I liked it here and there. You could probably change it up a little bit so that way it is more comfortable for him, but it's still pleasurable for you. You know what I mean? So I would bring it up. Trust me, girl, I'd bring it up. God damn, bring that shit up, because it might, yeah. Let's see. Okay, I miss it in general. He's got a very bad spinal issue and is in pain management. It's been almost 5 years. Desperately want it, but only with him. I've been married for 18 years. Okay, well, oh, she said I have a pregnancy fetish. I don't want kids or the process of actual pregnancy. I just want to be put on pills to fill my breasts with milk and induce lactation and have them drink from them like they need it. And I want them to raw dog me like they believe I'm actually going to get pregnant. Just mindless, raw, instinctual fucking, then tit sucking mindlessly that actually produces breast milk. God damn, you women are wild. Like, you think dudes' fantasies are bad? Women have some fantasies. God damn, you bitches are creative. She said, I want to fake like I'm pregnant. I want this man to suck on my titty milk and fuck me like he can't get me pregnant, because I already am. God damn. Jesus, man. Jesus. You women are wild. And low-key, I'm for it. You know, I mean, shit. My guys out there. I mean, are you down for any of this stuff? Because low-key, some of this stuff, shit. I might add it to the old repertoire. Like, you know, god damn. Okay, shit. Man, all right, we're gonna do like maybe 2 or 3 of them, 2 or 3 more. If I had a husband, it would be consensual non-consent, but he's tied down. I like the idea of a man who doesn't want sex, but then ultimately begs me for it. There's a specific scenario wherein I kidnap my husband while having a mask on and my voice disguise. He's blindfolded and tied to a chair. I tell him all about the kinky shit I will do to him. He begs no. He has a wife, and he would die if he betrayed her. I teased him to the point he gives in, but he cries so pathetic, poor thing. Then when he's crying his poor little eyes out, I reveal it's me mid-fuck. My husband is going to have to be a good actor. What this is the shit I'm talking about. You ladies are crazy. A dude would never think of something this detailed. Like, I'm telling you, dudes want to do like some crazy shit. Like, because of this thread, I will never believe a guy when he says, damn, the things I would do to that girl. I'm going to be like, nigga, shut up, because you wouldn't do nearly close to the nasty shit that she would do to you, bro. Because god damn, you women's is crazy. She said, I want to tie this motherfucker up. I want him to beg me not to do all the kinky shit I told him I was going to do to him because he has a wife. And then I want to disguise my voice, have him blindfolded, and he's begging no, but I'm doing it anyway. Like, Jesus Christ. And then she's like, I want him crying and being pathetic. Like, fuck. Okay. Moving on. We're going to do 2 more. Oh, Jesus. Let's see. Okay. Oh, wow. Make me feel vulnerable. Spit on me, spank me, finger blast me till I start crying, and threat to go faster if I make a sound. Romantic shit, you know? Okay. The idea of romance is just so far gone now. Oh my God. I talked about this in episode 49, okay? Where I was telling dudes, hey, you know, change things up for your girl, get some candles, put on like a crackling fireplace type thing, get the room smelling all nice, whatever, and you know, make the room dark, dim, make it a real mood, a real vibe. You got the candle lit and the crackling fire, whatnot, and that is romantic for a guy to a girl. For a girl, she's just like, nah, I don't want none of that shit, chief. I want to get smacked up, beat up, and finger blasted, all this. Oh my. You women are crazy. God damn. You know, doing this podcast has really taught me a lot about relationships. Like me, I don't claim to know everything. You know, I know a good deal about relationships and things like that. But still, every day I am amazed at the stuff that gets sent into this show, that we cover on this show, the threads that we do. It blows my mind. We've been now doing 53 episodes, and in those 53 episodes, man, like, it was so tame in the beginning, you know, and it was so tame in the beginning. In the beginning, it was simple, just like, oh, you know, does this person like me? Does this person not like me? And now I've been doing the podcast for somewhere around like 4 months now. And just in the span of 4 months, it's like I have seen the most ridiculous and most craziest stories ever. And I mean ever, whether it's just me and you guys chopping it up through scenarios or I have a guest on. Like, oh my God. It is ridiculous, the shit that goes on in this world. I'm telling you, man, I hope that you guys are learning as much as I am, because Jesus Christ, people are just crazy. Well, we're going to do 2 more. Let's see. Okay. Oh, wow. I'd really like to peg him while I stroke him off and make him come on his abs, then lick it off of him while avoiding eye contact. I'm by and still have my strap-on harness in a box buried in my closet. So honestly, we'll ask like we usually do our kinks after a couple bottles or some fucking around. Okay. I've known a lot of women that will joke around about pegging, but she's about that life. She's like, yo, would you let me peg you? Like, you know, maybe, I don't know. And then she goes to her closet and whips one out. I would be afraid. I'd be like, oh, Jesus, she's about that life. Honestly, I would just be like, I don't think I can continue this relationship. I don't think this works out. Oh, because your sexual temperance is like up here and mine is like here. It's ridiculous how average I actually am in sex. Like, I always thought I was a pretty freaking nasty kind of dude, I'm like, ooh, I'm all about, doing this and that, sucking on a titty and, eating a girl out, whatever the case may be. Yeah, doing a little face fucking here or whatever. Like I thought I was a pretty on par guy, but no. Fuck no, I am not. You women are like way up here, and most of us dudes are like right here. If I'm being honest with you. Like, this is stuff that dudes would never even think that women are actually attracted to, And that's why I think these threads are actually really useful, because it allows you to kind of try some out of the box shit with your girl and see if she actually likes it. And they probably will. They probably will. And man, I ain't gonna lie to you. My significant other, she watches the podcast, so this is gonna be an episode. She's gonna be like, oh, because especially if you're a book talk girl. If you're a book talk girl, whoo, my God, us book talk girl boyfriends, bro, it's long for us. It is long for us. If you guys don't know what book talk is about or anything like that, just search it and you'll see the kind of crazy shit that goes on there. I mean, it's shit like, like stalking and fucking branding and all kinds of wild shit. And these girls go feral for it. It's just crazy. And my girl is one of them. And I'm just like, oh, Jesus. Oh, God. And I'm just like, I be trying some of these things, but it's just like, ay. All right, let's do one more scenario. And then we're going to get off this crazy ass thread. Not married, but been with mine for 5 years. I have this fantasy of wanting to be on display. Like almost as if my vagina was being used to educate, spread apart, show everyone, have them touch it. I love the idea of feeling exposed and vulnerable. Also, I sleep with a woman. I've always wanted to eat a vagina. Okay. That is kind of wild if you, god damn. She said, I want to just be spread open and have just random people touch it and like see it. And it's just on display. Like motherfuckers are just lined up to just look at her vagina and like touch it and shit. Like, oh my, wow. I mean, I wouldn't know how to feel. Like my men out there, how would you feel if your girl was just like, hey, I have a fantasy to have my vagina just be busted open to the public and people can just like touch it and see it, like that. Oh, wow. How would you feel about that? What would you do? Because I don't know what I would do. If I'm being honest with you, I really don't know. I have no idea what I would do, because that's a lot. Oh, all right. Okay. Let's let's go ahead and just move on. But that is the thread of the day. Golly, that's a crazy thread, man. Jeez. All right. Well, welcome back to the show. Thank you guys so much for all the support. I've been appreciating everything that you guys have been doing for the show. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, you guys have been killing it. Please rate, download, rate us 5 stars. Please, that helps a lot. But if you want to rate honestly, you rate honestly. A rating, even a low rating is better than a no rating, if I'm being honest with you. So rate us honestly. I love to see the feedback. Thank you guys so much for all the downloads. Like I said, we're smashing through goals, man. We are smashing through goals. TikTok, you guys have been killing it. Thank you guys so much for all the support on TikTok. I love reading all of your comments, and I love just being a part of that little community that we got of like 700 or so people. You know what I mean? On TikTok, we just comment. I always have clips coming out, man. I'll be pumping clips out. So, check out the clips. Instagram as well. Instagram has actually been doing its thing. It's been growing. We've been creating community there. So if you guys are on Instagram more than you're on TikTok, follow us on there. All the clips that are on TikTok are also on Instagram. So you're not missing out on a thing. Patreon.com/Am I the Asshole podcast. $3 a month. You get an episode every single Friday, and you get to be able to send in your own scenario. We actually have a scenario for today. I've been getting a lot of them, which is good. So I'm kind of like backlogged. So if I haven't gotten to your scenario, please give me some time and I will get to your scenario 100%. I promise I will get to every single scenario. You can send in as many scenarios as you want. Pay the $3 a month. You can send me as many scenarios as you want. The few Patreons that we do have, they've been sending shit in. I ain't gonna lie to you. They've been sending stuff in because they see their scenario on the show. They see me react to it, and I love that. You know, they get to see that. They get to interact with it, whether they're hearing it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or they're watching it on YouTube, or I made it into a clip, whatever it is. So get on there, support the show. If you're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, there is a support the show link. If you are on TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube, go ahead and go to the link tree. That's where it'll be. But without further ado, let's get into the scenarios, baby. First one, when is it okay to say I love you to a new partner? Sometimes I feel like saying it, but it feels too soon, or I think it's because of my attraction towards them only. So what's the range for when I can say it? I was in a short relationship for 5 months, and there were times where I wanted to say I love you, but stopped because it felt too early. But the thing is that I also had known them for way more than 5 months. So I didn't feel like they were a complete stranger or anything. I know it's not a rule that you must follow, but seriously, I'd like some opinions on this. This is something that I want to kind of maybe extend to you guys. Help me out with this a little bit. When do you feel it's appropriate for your significant other to say I love you to you, or you say I love you to them? Because I feel if it's a situation where you guys have known each other, say, 6 months, 8 months, a year before actually dating, and then you guys, kind of get into a relationship, I can see how like within 3 weeks to a month, you guys say I love you, because you've known them already. You know what kind of person they are. You know what they like, dislike, their feelings, all this kind of stuff. You kind of know this stuff already. And so now you guys are just in a relationship, and, you obviously are doing more than friend stuff. You guys are kissing, hugging, cuddling, all this kind of stuff. And it does bring about those feelings. But if it's a thing where, like, say you guys met at school, and somebody asked you out on a date, or you got asked out on a date, and you guys have only really known each other, say 3 weeks to a month, I think in that situation, saying I love you is far too soon. At that point, I think if you haven't really vetted the person, saying I love you is kind of a killer. Because think about it like this. The way I go about relationships is when I get involved romantically with a woman, I like to pretty much have the relationship in a trial period, and I let her know that in the beginning. I say, look, these first 6 months for me is a trial period. I feel like if I can't, have these overwhelming feelings for you to where I'm just like all about you, I want this relationship, nothing else, I'm not questioning it, this and that. If I can do this for 6 months and we're good to go, and our fights are very minimal, or we don't have any, whatever the case may be, if we can survive 6 months of just being in a really good relationship, I can see this going long term, and that's just me. Now, if I'm friends with the girl before us dating, and I know that in our friendship we were thick as thieves. We were tight. We were always cool. Everything was fine. We never really fought over things, then I feel like the vetting process of that 6 months, I don't need that at that point. Just because it's like, I know you, you know me, we're good. We're ready to be in a relationship, take this to the next level, because that's what we agreed upon. Like, hey, how about we take this to the next level? Okay. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about it. I look at it like I would give a person at least 6 months, a friendship before the relationship. Or if you guys decide to go straight into the relationship, you take that 6 month period time to kind of really get to know each other, to see if you actually love that person. Sex is good. If, the dates are good, it's flowing. You really get to know a person within 6 months, if I'm being honest with you. And 6 months may not seem like a lot of time, but trust me, it's a long time in a relationship, just because you are actively getting to know that person on a day-to-day basis. And then of course, you have to factor in being busy and work and all these kind of things. So that's why I do say 6 months, because it gives you a good amount of time. Think about it. If you only saw each other only on the weekends for an entire 6 months, you didn't really see each other all that often, but in a span of 6 months, that's a good amount of time. You were able to kind of really see the type of person they are. You were able to really see, if they actually like you or not, or, if they're with you for the wrong reasons, their true colors, so to speak, kind of show out. So that's how I feel about it. You guys let me know, though. That is something I want to extend to you. When do you guys feel that it's appropriate to say I love you to a partner in a relationship? So let's go ahead and move on to the next one. My ex-boyfriend peed the bed. Okay. Let's see. My ex, 23 male, and I, 22 female, had been having major relationship issues over the past months, mostly related to his drinking habits. He refused to go and get help and couldn't acknowledge that it was a problem. The last straw for me was waking up in the middle of the night to the bed being wet. I threw the light on and pulled the covers back. I was so shocked and disgusted and honestly a little traumatized. I yelled at him and left to sleep on the couch. He cleaned it and told me so. I refused to sleep in a pee bed. We ended up breaking up. I think this was the best. I hope he was able to get himself help and start taking care of himself. Yo, my guy, you're 23 and piss in the bed? What the fuck? What? Oh, I have never heard this. I mean, don't get me wrong. When you're a bit younger, sure, yeah, peeing the bed can kind of go into your like preteen years, when you're like 11, 12. But I mean, most of the time that type of shit stops around 14, 15, bro. You're 23 years old and you're out here pissing the bed. Was he drunk? Was it a thing where he has these kind of dreams often? Like, I wonder what it was, because bro, you're 23 years old and you can't control your fucking bladder? Like, that's a little weird. That is very weird. And then this dude expected her to kind of stay with him. She was like, get the fuck out of here, yo, child. I don't want to stay with you. Damn, man. Like, okay, I guess. I don't know. I find that to be crazy, because it's like, bro, you're 23 years old and you're out here pissing in the bed. God damn. All right, we're going to go to the next one. This one doesn't have a title, so we'll just get into it. My girlfriend is a beautiful young woman. I love her body. She is very curvy. Problem is, sometimes on her body, things look more sexual than it would on someone else. My girlfriend has a larger chest than most women, and she also has a lot of tops, shirts, and dresses that show a lot of cleavage. Nothing insane. It's not like a stripper outfit, but like I said, things on her tend to look a bit more sexual than it would on someone else. 9 times out of 10, I don't care what she wears. If anything, I find it attractive when I can see some cleavage. Probably is, when I can see some cleavage. Problem is, it makes me a bit uncomfortable when it's around my family or friends. I'm not afraid they're going to call her a slut or anything. I just believe out of respect, she should cover up a bit more when being around them. When she's around her family, I don't care what she wears. I've told her a few times that maybe she should pick a different top to hang out with my friends or family, and she usually responds with one of two: you're calling me ugly or you're calling me a slut. Literally anywhere else, I never tell her what to wear, but I ask that in front of my friends and family that she cover up a bit more, as I don't want anyone feeling uncomfortable. My family is a little more old school, and as a guy, I know when your girlfriend is wearing something revealing, it's very awkward, as you don't want anyone to think you're checking her out. So make it, or checking her out, so you make it very obvious not to look at her. Okay, so pretty much he just doesn't like that around friends and family that his girl kind of wears a little more revealing up top. And I think that's very good for, I think that's a good idea, because if you're going to be around my family, baby, I don't want your chi-chis out. Like, you're around my family, you're around my mom, my dad, my brother, sister, whatever. Like, I can't, have you coming off like that, if I'm being honest with you. With his friends, I can understand that, just because it's like, hey, look, my nigga, her eyes are up here, you know what I mean? Because, I've had a lot of scenarios on the show where friends are out here fucking they girls. So, they're homies girls. So, you know what I mean? I can get that, from a certain perspective. My biggest thing is the family. Don't do it. Don't wear that type of shit around my family, because I want you to look presentable. I want you to look like a, decent and well put together woman, not a lady of the night and a lady for the streets. You know what I mean? Like, if we're out, say we go out to dinner, say we go out to a movie, say we, go out to an amusement park, whatever. I don't care. Wear what you want to wear. Look good, look cute, because you're out with me, and I don't care if these random ass motherfuckers want to look at you. This is my woman. But my thing is around my family and friends, don't just dress a little more modestly around family and friends, because that can be a little uncomfortable, especially with family. Family would be sitting there looking at her like, oh, okay. You know how judgy family can get, and you know what I mean? They may not say it, and that's what they're thinking. You know what I mean? Like, that's the tough thing about it, is a lot of times family members, they'll act like, oh, yeah, she was a sweet girl, and then the other family members, they're just like, my God, dating a whore. Her tits were practically popping out, so I understand where he's coming from. I think that is kind of warranted, if I'm being honest with you. I really do. I think it's kind of warranted, just because it's like, look, baby girl, I love you and I care about you. I just want you to be respectable in front of my family. When we're going out, it's all good. I got you. Do your thing. But when we're with family, I think it's best to be more respectable. You guys let me know what you think. All right. During my time in school, I was known as Blowjob Girl. Damn, she was sucking every man off from one end of the playground to the other. God damn. All right, during my time in school, I was known as Blowjob Girl. My best friends went to a different school, and most of the other girls I was trying to hang out with pushed me away pretty fast, and I felt alone. These really cute guys said I could hang out with them. After a while, one said I could only be in their group if I sucked him off, so I did. Word got out, and some other guys started giving me attention. It got to the point in other years that the new kids would just come up to me and ask me. My counselor called me in because she was worried I was getting bullied. Damn. She was like, oh, I gotta suck it to fit in the group. All right, I'll do it. Now all the dudes are just like, because I'm sure that boy was just like, yo, girl over there, man, she sucked me off. God damn. That bitch was like a vacuum. And all the other dudes were like, shit, I want a piece of that, man. I was gonna say she should have been charging them motherfuckers, but that's bad to say. Oh my god, that is so bad to say. I caught myself on that. I was like, no, don't say that. Don't say that. That's fucked up. Oh my god, because all these boys were trying to get some. Yeah. Oh god damn. That's bad to say. No, she shouldn't be charging these motherfuckers, because that's a certain profession and we can't talk about. But oh my god. But hey, thanks for sharing the story, I guess. All right, we got another one. I'm fantasizing on a coworker. How do I get rid of that? I just got cheated on a week ago, and I started thinking about it with a colleague, and since then I feel so attracted to him. I'm imagining giving him head or having sex at work and looking at his hands and stuff. I feel so bad. I feel there's a weird tension, but I'm not sure. He's in his 30s and I'm 21. I think he's just joking around with everyone, and I'm imagining things. No guy would ever flirt with a 21-year-old, right? It's driving me crazy. I want to stop thinking about this. He has a whole family and is engaged. I feel bad about my thoughts. And if I'm being honest with you, if he ever knew those thoughts, he would smack them cheeks at work. Oh my God, you have no idea how sexy that would be. Being a 30-year-old dude and you work with this cute ass little 21-year-old thing, and she tells you, oh, I low-key been kind of having a fantasy of like you fucking me at work and me sucking you off in the back room. His dick would be diamond cutting. It'd be so hard. Oh my God, imagine that. And she's over here like, oh, he wouldn't mess with a 21-year-old. Fuck out of here, he would. He would so do that. He would just be like, it'll just be us two for like the next hour, and I only need like 30 minutes. So, oh my God, I'm telling you, the moment she says that to him, like, oh, I've been thinking about, fucking you at work and shit like that. He's just like, I engaged what? I don't even know anymore. Like, that's all gone. It's out of my head. He would not be thinking about his fiance. Fuck no. He would not. The only thing he'd be thinking about is going balls deep in this 21-year-old girl. Jesus. And especially, she's a hot little thing. He's definitely thought about it. He's definitely like, man, if I wasn't engaged, God damn. Like I was saying, what I would do to her, which he probably would just do the minimal. If I'm being honest with you, she would be doing the most. That's what I'm saying. Dudes, I'm sure would like be thinking like, ooh, I would want to fuck a girl at work or whatever. I just don't think they would do it unless the girl suggested it. You know what I mean? But for girls, it's like they think about that shit right off the bat. They're like, oh my God, like I don't even care to wait until he and I get to a hotel or my room or whatever. Like, I want it right now. Like, if nobody was here, I'd be like, bang me at the register. Man. Like, they would be into some porno ass shit. Jesus. Homegirls just, woo. This has been a sexy little episode. I ain't gonna lie to you. Hope you guys is enjoying it, because, man, it's been a sexy little episode. All right, this is our second to last scenario. Then we're gonna get into our Patreon scenario. Caught my boss cheating. So I was in the adjacent town on some personal business, and who do I see across the street if not one of my higher ups from work at a cafe kissing a woman? Here is the kicker though. He's married and has a 1-year-old son, and God damn it, of course, he sees me as well. He stares daggers into me and puts his finger over his mouth and then slides it across his throat, basically telling me that if I rat him out, he'll make my life at work a living hell. I like my job though, and I have been there for quite a while. I like my coworkers and I like my pay. So if I tell his wife, I'm throwing all that away because let's be honest, if a boss is really out to get you, you'll quit sooner or later. I also have a wife. Yeah, I also have a wife that is not currently working and two smallest children. So to just be out of work all of a sudden is not really optimal for me. It is selfish if I don't tell her. Or is it selfish if I don't tell her? I suppose it is, but is it justified to be selfish in this case? On one hand, of course, I want to tell his wife because fuck him and she deserves to know. But on the other hand, it will fuck up me and my family life on a major scale. But on the third hand, it'll probably eat me inside if I don't tell her. I'm not really sure what I'm asking for here. I'm just extremely torn on what to do. I guess some insight might help. I'd shut the fuck up and mind my own goddamn business. That's what I would do. Golly, I'd be like, I'm good. Good. Zip it, lock it, put it in my pocket. I would say nothing, especially if I like my job, for one, and then for two, I have a family I'm providing for. Like, let's be honest here. If I got a family and I need this job and I like my job, and I'm sure he likes the benefits his job gets. I'm sure he's been there for a couple years. So my biggest thing is, dude, keep your mouth shut. Keep your mouth shut. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck if it's eating you inside? You need to think about you, bro. You need to think about you. You need to think about you and your money, because your money is what is putting food in your family's mouth. You know what I mean? You shutting the fuck up is what's putting food in your family's mouth. I'm telling you, man, don't do it. Don't do it, brother. Don't do it. Let it go. Be like Frozen. Let it go. Let it go. You have a family to feed. Because if you don't, you'll probably get fired. And then your family will be homeless. Trust me. Don't do it, man. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's going to fuck you up, man. It's going to fuck you up. Oh, I feel for him, though. Because he wants to be on the side of, morality and do the right thing. But you got to do the right thing for you, Chief. Hey, got to do the right thing for you, boy. All right. Last scenario. If you want your scenario on Patreon or on the show, if you want your scenario on Patreon, oh my God, I'm so bad right now. I'm thinking about it in a minute. If you want your scenario on the show, patreon.com/Am I the Asshole Podcast. If you want, it's $3 a month. You get an episode every Friday, as well as being able to send in your scenario just like this person did here. We're going to go over this Patreon scenario, and then we'll go ahead and close out the show. All right. So my guy best friend, okay, so me, female, guy best friend told me that I look sexy, and I secretly loved it. I bought this new black dress that rests just above my knee, and it looked good on me. When my guy friend, we'll call him Alex, saw it, he said, "You look okay," and honestly, I wasn't happy. Oh, I have a small crush on him. A week later, I was telling Alex about a guy, Jake, who asked me out for a movie dinner. I turned him down. And suddenly, Alex asked whether I dressed up for Jake and looked sexy in it. I thought he was joking since... Oh, wait. And suddenly, Alex asked whether I dressed up for Jake and I look sexy. Okay. I thought he was joking since his first response was, "You look okay." So I told Alex to stop joking and that I turned down Jake. Then Alex said that he was being very serious when he said that I looked sexy in that dress. I wanted to ask why he didn't say that when he first saw me in the dress, but I couldn't. Anyways, now I feel all giddy inside. Oh, damn, girl. Damn. I mean, I would go buy some more of those fucking dresses if I'm being honest with you. You know, I mean, why not? I'd buy some more of those dresses, girl. Shit. Because, I mean, if homeboy think you looking good in it, you know, and you got a little crush on him, and you out here turning man down because you like, this is the guy that I like or whatever, man, if I were you, yeah, like I said, I'd go buy more of those dresses. And then just like start doing some cute shit around him, if I'm being honest with you. Get your man, girl. Because I can guarantee you, if he's saying something like that, like, damn, you look sexy in that dress, that sparked something in him. And then on top of that, another guy asking you out, I'm sure he was really like, oh, fuck. Like, I need to get on my shit. Because, you know, I might lose this girl to another guy. I got lucky with this Jake fella, you know. And so I think that's why he maybe changed his answer from like, oh, you look okay in it, to, nah, you look sexy in that. I think he likes you back, if I'm being honest with you. I do. I think he likes you back 100%. And the way you can kind of confirm that is simply by wearing that dress more often, wearing, you know, variations of that dress, if I'm being honest with you, and just dressing very, you know, attractive. Whatever his attractive is, dress like that more often when you're around him. And then when you're around other people, don't dress like that. You know what I mean? Because a guy will pick up on it. Guys are very slow and they're a little dense, but they'll pick up on it eventually. You know what I mean? They'll pick up on it eventually. And then, you know, at the same time, you know, do some cute shit, you know, where you're like grabbing his arm and all that kind of stuff. You know, yeah. That, woo. Ooh, get your man, girl. Get your man. Yeah, get your man, girl. Shit. But that's going to go ahead and end today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. All the support on Spotify and Apple Podcasts has been great. Please, please, please rate the podcast as well as keep downloading it. You guys are awesome. I love the support. TikTok and Instagram, please keep killing it. Keep killing it. Like, follow, comment, all of it. Please. On TikTok, we had somebody duet one of our clips. I want to see more of that. I want to see you guys' live reactions. I love that. I want to see more of it. Please, please, please do that. If you watch a clip and you think the clip is hilarious, you think it was a funny clip, whatever it is, go ahead and duet it, stitch it, whatever you want to do. Tag me in it, and I will definitely share it because I love that. It helps me connect with you guys more, and it's enjoyable. I enjoy seeing you guys connect with my content, you know, and I love seeing you guys participate in it as well. So if you guys find a clip that is super funny and that you really like, go ahead and duet it, stitch it, and tag me in it. I'll definitely comment, like, and all that good stuff. And yeah, that should be everything. Thank you guys again for all the support. Love you guys and peace.